The story of the pilot, where a woman who Jerry had met out of town asked if she could stay with him. She was going to be in New York for a couple of days and wondered if she could stay with him and what all that meant.
I think, we were drawn to it, whoever proposed the idea, because it was the thing that we always were drawn to, were these gaps in society where there was no rules. How do you find this out? How do you ask this? What does this mean? There's no indication.
I was rolling. I thought, I loved the script. I said, this is hysterical. It didn't resemble anything currently on TV. It resembled more of a feature and a sort of independent feature at that, and independent features were not in vogue at that time. So it was really off the beaten path.
We filmed the pilot and actually the next few episodes beyond the pilot, but we certainly filmed the pilot at a studio called Desilu Cahuenga.
I spent every single day of all my teenage years in the summer on the Dick Van Dyke Show, which was shot at Desilu Cahuenga. So when I heard that they were going to shoot the pilot episode of Seinfeld there, it was like, I couldn't believe it. It was like, serendipity, the planets lining up.
I was very excited that the show was shot on the same stage as the Dick Van Dyke Show. We didn't know it until Carl Reiner, who was also represented by George Shapiro, came by the show and said, this is where I made the Dick Van Dyke Show. And that was like a real kind of twinkly moment.
I said, if this show has the kind of success and the kind of longevity Van Dyke had, we'd be very lucky. And the fact that we shot it on that same stage, Stage 8, it was a good luck charm, real good luck charm.
What was unique about this pilot, as opposed to the other pilots that were done that season, or pretty much any season, was this combination of the stand-up and the story.
He had a dog routine that we wanted to do in the pilot because it was stand-up was interspersed with the action, and we put a dog in. We gave Kramer Kessler, his name was. Right. We gave him a dog,
right,
specifically so you could do a dog routine.
Right.
At the first run-through, Rob Reiner was there, and he felt that the stand-up about dogs was really unrelated to what the show was really about, and Jerry agreed, and that night went home and wrote brand new stand-up.
We wrote the dog into the show because of your routine.
Yeah.
The dog is in the pilot for no reason whatsoever now, and did not ever appear again. Kramer's dog was a one-scene wonder.
Oh, all right, good dog, all right.
He really likes you, George.
Well, that's flattering.
I am very forgiving of anything I do on film because it's, my little internal motto is, at that time, being who I am and knowing what I knew, that's the best I could do. If I was asked to film it a week later, it'd probably be a totally different thing.
I thought Jason was so sharp and on the ball and straight to character. I was so impressed with that because I was still mulling over how I wanted to play this character during the pilot. I wasn't sure, and I wasn't getting much feedback.
You handle any of that commercial real estate?
Well, I might be getting into that.
You keep me posted.
I'm aware of you. All right, let's go.
And Jerry was just really himself.
How could I not successfully play this part? Who could say I didn't believe you as Jerry Seinfeld?
Not only was I not aware of the pilot episode of the show, but to this day I've never seen it. And I think I'm never gonna watch it. I don't know why, I just feel superstitious.
It's like watching a home movie. It's like watching yourself as a kid just running and falling and, spinning around in circles. And it should really have those like holes in it like a home movie has. And that's what it looks like to me.